activities in 5S implementation, either after implementing SERI or together with SERI, is to conduct Seiton activity. After SERI has been implemented effectively, the workplace is only left with the necessary. The specific techniques to organize the item in 5S is called
Seiton
and easy to retrieve. Seiton is the process of creation a workplace conducive to visual management. Good Seiton implementation available in our road system. Let's view the parking lot. Line in parking lot make it easy for the driver to park their car orderly or in order. Signages also help the driver to enter and exit the parking lot and also make it easy for the driver to find their cars. While arrow keep the driver in the right lane when driving in the parking lot. Same also in our highway system. Arrow and line keep the driver in right direction, while signages show the driver where to go, and hazard signages also help to warn the driver to be careful when there are a potential hazard on the highway. So, what is the best way to organize the items? Each item should have. Secondly, make sure all these items is. To find the location for each item, start with big item. To find the location for each item, start with big item first. Find the place for big item. For example, machine, workbenches, rack and pallet. This item normally located on the floor. Use the area diagram during the workplace diagnostic to arrange this big item. Plan in advance where this item should be located on the piece of paper first. This will ensure the operator, material handler and also part movement can be minimized their movement. If it's necessary to move this equipment, this is a good time to move and relocate this big item. Items are normally parts, either it is raw material to minimize unnecessary movement. Also try to minimize the item on the floor, make the area look more cluttered and it make the area difficult. After you find the home for the storage item, then look for the smaller item. For example, tools, documents, small machine and jigs are also required a specific location to be kept. There are specific rules to arrange the item. The first rule is make sure it is safe. Without proper support will create safety hazard. Workstation near to flammable or hazardous substance will also create safety hazard and unhealthy environments. Same also with unclear storage area and pedestrian walk. It will also create more safety hazard, for example, trip and fall. Apart safe to the user, the item must also save from damages either due to unsuitable environments, storage condition, and handling method. For detail during the 4S, item also need to be easy to find. Unable to find it, or it may take time for us to get it. Try to avoid arranging the item as follows. Place the small item on the floor.
Also try to avoid when arrange the item layered by layered, but instead try to make it available at glance at single layer to avoid hiding in benches. Make sure all these items are easy to reach, especially for those who are frequently used. For the item that is not frequently used, the location master list can be used to refer when we need to find or to search for this item. Apart from easy to use, the item also needs to be easily to store back. This is because if the item have been organized in order, the item will disorganize back. This is due to the tendency of the item where they feel comfortable and easy to keep it.
It includes lubricating oil, grease, white cloth and other toolboxes. When we need to find tools, we need to open the toolbox and search for screwdriver and pliers, gasket and other specialized tools in the toolbox. Sometimes it takes us more than 20 minutes just to search for these tools. Also, the arrangement about the control panel. When we need to troubleshoot the machine or even to change fuse, we need to move the workbench just to open the panel door. So we change the arrangement by moving out the table and arrange the item by hanging the tools and all other necessary items near the control panel. Now with the new arrangement, everything can be done quickly, especially when we need to find the tools.
To make the item easy to find and easy to return, we have to make it obvious. There are 4 common ways to make it obvious, which are the traditional way to keep the item in the closed system, make the item difficult to find and difficult to return. For example, the item is high in the locker or the cupboard. The closed system hides the problems instead of making obvious that we have a problem in organizing the item. It should be visible at a glance because we need to find it fast when we need to do the changeover. Storage for easy visibility is known as an open storage system. If it needed to be locked or clear from the dust, transparent door can be used. The next techniques to make the item obvious or the location obvious is to use line techniques. There are many different types of line. The most common one is dividing line. Dividing lines either in yellow color or yellow black stripe are used to divide the work area from pedestrian aisleway, storage area and other areas that used by the peoples. With proper dividing line, we can keep the pedestrian material handling equipment from entering the workstation and at the same time can minimize the safety hazard. The second type of line is boxes line. Boxes line normally indicate the location of the item. Red box line can be used to differentiate non-conforming item with conforming items. Boxes line also can be used on the table, workbenches, and workstation. Box line can also warn the user not to place any item, the emergency equipments of the machine or the equipment, and also can be used for door opening. While limit line can show the limit of stacking or inventory either for minimum and maximum inventory. Another type of line is oblique line. Mark the which is the oblique line is holes, jigs. Tiger mark can be used to indicate the area need to be clear, especially for safety hazard. Next technique to make it obvious is the label technique. Label technique indicate what is the name of the item. It also can be extended to the name of the user, the owner, or the person in charge. Label will make the item obvious, but make sure the labels are simple and legible. Signages or signboard is another type of label, but normally bigger in size. Signages help to identify the area, machine, and material at glances. Major signboard should be clearly visible from the entrance to the factory. Signboards and labels. The last technique to make it obvious is to use the color. Color also can be used to make the item obvious. Different type of color will make the area more interesting and make the use. Color should be used to place lines and also other working area. We also lubricating oil. Here are the example of step-by-step implementing Seiton for tools, jigs or mold.